This is completely unacceptable. That gate is coming down today. Get those cutters ready. Break the lock.
The day I watched my HOA president try to break into my property at 7:30 a.m. was the day everything exploded. I was drinking my first cup of coffee when I glanced out the kitchen window and saw her marching across my lawn like she owned every inch of it. She wasn't alone. Behind her marched 6 volunteers in neon green safety vests, moving like they were part of some backyard SWAT team. And at the front of them was Gary, carrying bolt cutters the size of a small ladder. My instincts screamed at me to run outside, stop them, yell, anything. But Sarah's voice echoed in my head again. Let them make the mistake. Just document everything. So I stayed frozen at the window and watched. Then it happened. Gary raised those cutters, clamped them onto my grandfather's 40-year-old padlock, and with one brutal squeeze, snap. The sound echoed across the quiet morning. As soon as the lock broke, Brenda moved forward like she'd just conquered new land. She held her clipboard like a royal decree and shouted for the neighbors to hear, claiming she was conducting an official inspection. I quietly set my coffee down and called Sarah. They cut the lock, I whispered. She was calm. Don't go outside. Call 911. So I did, reporting 6 people trespassing on private property.
It didn't take long. Within minutes, I heard the cruiser pulling up. The HOA volunteers froze like kids caught stealing candy. Brenda tried to walk toward the officer first, but he raised a hand and told her to stay back. I already knew whose side he was on. I stepped outside slowly, phone still recording. When the officer asked what happened, I showed him the video. The moment he saw Gary cutting the lock, his eyebrows lifted. For the first time all morning, I felt the tide shift. Of course, Brenda couldn't stay quiet. She started ranting about HOA authority, community rules, and something about routine compliance chicks. The officer shut her down instantly. Ma'am, nothing gives you the right to force entry onto private property. Her face went pale. The officer took statements from everyone. Gary kept apologizing. The other volunteers looked embarrassed. Brenda, well, she just kept trembling with frustration. When the officer informed her she'd be receiving citations for trespassing and property damage, she looked like she might collapse. When it was finally over, the officer advised me to press charges if I wanted to. I nodded, but didn't say anything yet. The volunteers shuffled away, embarrassed. Brenda stomped off down the sidewalk, gripping her useless clipboard like it betrayed her. I went back inside, picked up my cold coffee, and finally exhaled. This wasn't over, not even close. But now I had proof, and Brenda had just handed me the one thing she never wanted me to have: leverage.